Hey guys, Jay here. This is smarthelping.com. We got a new template. It's for manufacturing companies and it's an example database. There's a couple different uses for this. There's also a lot of extended uses that you could do. There's extended functionality you could do in Google Sheets, but I'm going to go through the basic premise of the template and we'll see how it works. So you've got an index tab that explains each tab, the description of the tab. Mainly what we're doing here is just tracking production cycles. We have ongoing databases and static databases. So you can see here the lighter green tabs are all ongoing databases. So this is a list of all your different production runs, the run ID, product ID if relevant, the start time, end time, produced quantity, operator ID if relevant, and shift if relevant. Maintenance records, another ongoing list. This is showing every time a maintenance task has been done and the last date of that task or the date that it was done. Machine ID, maintenance ID. This is an ongoing list. And finally, quality checks, another ongoing list. You've got quality check ID, so just a unique list of IDs if you need to reference that elsewhere. The run ID, and again, this is going to be essentially you're running a check on various runs and you're doing detection of defects, the count of them, the time that it happened, the type of defect if relevant, and passed flag, true or false. True is pass, false is not pass. So those are the three ongoing databases. Then we have our static databases. So you've got products, so unique list of each product ID in column A, name, category, specification, and price, cost price, which is just your cost of goods sold per unit. Unique list of machines, so you can keep track of all your machines. You got machine ID, name, location, last maintenance date, and suppliers. List of suppliers by ID, the name, material quality score, and on-time delivery rate. Some interesting stats you might want to delve into with those. So anyone could come in, you could download the template, start using it. You'd fill in your own information on these back three tabs, and then you'd start, clear off this data and start entering your own data in here for production runs, maintenance, and quality checks. Now, what this produces is our dashboard. And our dashboard is mainly for production efficiency and throughput. So you can select the year here. So I go 2023 or 2024 or what have you, and it'll update the months that are displayed. You've got the production units per month, year-to-date totals. You've got your goal per month, the total goal for the year, your variance, the variance for the year, the percentage variance. Then you've got your ongoing year-to-date goal. So this is just summing up the year-to-date totals at each month. At the end, you can see how the year-to-date total equals the year-to-date goal here for year-to-date goal. Year-to-date production is just summing up the total produced over the year. And you can see that total ends up being the total produced here. Year-to-date variance. Then we have defective units, and that will allow us to calculate the total, the per month and total yield and scrap rate. So your cumulative defective units is here, and then you've got the percentage of your total production that is actually viable. So if we're saying out of 1,000 produced, 25 were defective, that's a 97.5% yield, and you can see what it is every month. You can see the total for the year, a goal, and a variance. Scrap rate is just the defective units against the total produced units. So this is saying of everything you produced, 2.5% was defective in month one and so on. Here, obviously lower is better. So if we have a 0.8% goal of defective units or scrap rate and 0.9% actual, we're 0.1% in the negative. Here for yield, obviously higher is better. So if your goal is 99, you did 99.1, variance of positive here, and that's a good thing. Now we've got 6 or 7 charts. We've got monthly production throughput. So this is showing you the production each month, the goal each month, and then the line is the percentage variance of the goal. And that's negative here, and then you've got a couple giant months, positive 300%, 40%. But yeah, the production being higher than the goal means you've done more than what you expected. You've also got year-to-date production throughput, so this is summing up the total that you've produced and the total of all the goals, and then also giving you your year-to-date variance as a count. So this is saying we actually never get up to our goal. After May, we're down 500, 6,500, and you just see that the goal is just continually, we never get caught up to what our goal was. Monthly production efficiency, so this is your yield and scrap rate shown by month, and this is your cumulative year-to-date production efficiency. So showing over the course of the year, has your yield and scrap rates improved or not. Obviously, scrap rate going down is good, which has happened here. You've gone from 2.5% scrap rate to 0.9, and then the production yield has gone up 97 to 99, so that's good. Even though we didn't produce as many units as we wanted. Then you've got supplier on time rates. So this is just taking your suppliers column here and just counting if it is over or under 90% and giving you your count. So how many suppliers are over 90% on time, how many suppliers are under. Machines last maintenance. So how many, if you're doing manufacturing, you've got machines to keep track of. This shows you how many have been maintenance within the last 6 months or greater than 6 months ago. And then finally, production run pass rate is just taking production run quality check here, counting how many were true out of the total. So in this case, we did 1, 2, 3, 4. We did 5. We've got 4 true, so that's 80%. So you see there, if we were to adjust that, let's say we had a false here, then we now are at 60% production run pass rate. Now, all this is dynamic. There's also a weekly tab for goal, and it shows you as well some formulas on how you would calculate the weekly totals for different product IDs. And it shows you your weekly goal here, variance and percentage variance up or down. And again, this is, you could hard code in your weekly goal, and then all this automatically calculates based on the production runs tab. In this case, the goal we entered here was always lower. If we would have entered a higher goal like this, 5,000, all right, now we're negative, so we're 30% under our goal in that month, or sorry, in that week. Weekly just gives you a little bit more granularity if you want to see something further down than a monthly view like the rest of the dashboard. I put filters on all the columns, so you could filter these however you want. I haven't put any formulas in, and all this is hard-coded. There's no drop-downs. There's a lot of things you could add to this database, but for the majority, or to get the most amount of people to be able to use this without trouble, the best option was to not try to link things together. Like, for example, I could do, the maintenance record here. I could do a max ifs formula to get the last maintenance date on the equipment and have that come in here automatically. But it gets, that can cause errors if you didn't know that was there. So I've just manually had the dates entered on the machines column D rather than just pull it from here based on, you can do a max ifs of the machine ID and then pull the most recent date with a formula. There's also a lot of filtering things you could do with Google Sheets and more, but this is like the lowest common denominator I'm trying to put out there, so the most amount of people can start with something and then have a functional thing that they can build on. Obviously, I'm also available, and you could hire me to do custom work as well. I do all kinds of Excel and Google Sheet things, mostly financial models, but sometimes things like this. So that's the dashboard. I don't think much else here. You see if I update the goals here. all this starts to update. Um, yeah, I guess that's it. You can like and subscribe. Check out if you want to download the template. It will be listed in the, let's see, I've updated the site structure a little bit just on the home page, really. Just made these links instead of images. I think it's better. But this template will be listed under the manufacturing section, and so it'll be within the manufacturing bundle. There's a lot of really good stuff in here already. As just a manufacturing database example. And I might do more of these. I don't know. There's databases like this that you could do in Excel and Google Sheets for any business type, really. Any small and medium business could benefit here if they're not already tracking things. It's just a nice way to just stay organized. We've got some ongoing stats here. There's all kinds of stats you could also add to this, and more. You can make it more complex if you wanted to build out. There's so much you could do here. Um, so hopefully this template helps a lot of businesses, and you can find it at smarthelping.com. Remember, check out more financial models. If you go to the financial models tab at the top, I've got over 200 unique templates. Usually they're startup models, so projecting revenues, expenses, debt, usage, all based on bottom-up assumptions that are directly related to the different types of businesses. I've done a lot of work in the SaaS and subscription industry, done a lot of real estate underwriting. I've got the best frameworks, the best modeling architectures to use that really allow users to get the right assumptions in with the most accurate projection based on those assumptions. I've seen quite a bit of different things, thousands of jobs over the past decade, and this is kind of the result of all of that work. It's just a really nice template resource. You can hire me $275 an hour, 275, and turnaround times are usually 1 to 2 days, and I am available for same day work right now. So contact me. You can email me up here, jason@smarthelping.com. I'll see you guys on the next one.